Hi. As the waves roll in from the into the Leucadia beach here in Southern California, we're going to go ahead and do another healing. This one, each wave as it comes in is a wave of knowingness, of wisdom, of integrated connection between cosmic activity and the individualized activity that occurs here on Earth. And at this time, what's coming in on the waters are downloads of information for specific healing medicines that your causal body can make to support healing on many different levels of mind, body, and emotion. There is a wonderful relationship between the light of the sun and the reflection of light off of the water and off of the sand. The sand is very sparkly, and the water is, of course, very reflective. And the air is also very reflective. So what's happening is the light of the sun, which is like you can think of it as an expression of pure light energy or light frequencies or light formulas, reflects when it comes down here to the beach, reflects off of the sky, reflects off of the water, reflects off of everything. And as it does so, it increases or multiplies its value. So coming down to the beach, what happens is one experiences the quality of those healing energies from the sun multiplied or magnified. And we tend, because it's the sunlight itself, on a denser level, we're looking at photons, but on a subtler level, we're really looking at little packages of intelligence, packages of information. And as we're looking at these packages of information coming in and they get multiplied up so we can see them clearly, what generally people experience is very specified or distinct flavors of light energy. So as this is happening, the sunlight and the rolling of the transformation energy from the ocean coming in, opening up the upper chakras and, chakras 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, etc. And meridians that run out from the crown chakra up to the level of one's own. It's one of the main connecting points to cosmic wisdom, cosmic archives, and of course one's own divine nature. So these meridians are clearing the specific energy frequency required to clear those meridians is flowing both as a download and at the same time it's clearing the path by which the downloads are received. So this is a big clearing for the crown chakra, basically. There seems to be a lot of joy or bliss, happiness, coming along with the warmth of the sun and with the flow of wisdom energy into the crown chakra. Kind of an innocence, but at the same time, an ability to take in and completely absorb, understand, and comprehend all the sort of complexity of the relative field of creation as well. So a combination between innocence and sophistication. It's really common to find opposites together. When we look at opposites together, we tend to get wholeness. And this is right here, we're looking at kind of the best of these two opposites, both innocence and that ability to really understand to a very fine, very deep degree the details of the relative field of creation. And what we're looking at, particularly with details that are associated or connected to something that may be concerning or a negativity or seem like an imbalance, is to be able to comprehend the evolutionary value that is behind that thing that is within it. It can all isolate down in a very simple way to clearing the path of obstacles. When we notice something that we consider to be a concern or a problem or something, it's almost always represented by something breaking down in the field of the relative. But ultimately, the breakdown in the field of the relative is clearing out the way for more purity, more understanding, more comprehension, more unity, more compassion, more love. It is the way in which the relative breaks down that shows us the very precise, very beautiful, very exquisite expressions of the light of being, how they penetrate through in those areas where the breaking down has occurred. We're particularly today looking at grief and loss. Grief and loss. And underneath the grief and loss are belief systems which are now dissolving, which are associated or connected to the idea that as one moves forward, particularly as one grows older, that one has to give up more and more autonomy, more belongings, more connections, friends. We give up people that we know. If one lives to be very, very old, one gives up all their friends, their family. This grief that comes with this tremendous gift of the wisdom that grows with age also comes along hand in hand with a lot of grief. So we're going into the heart chakras, we're going into the circulatory system, clearing grief directly from the circulatory system, clearing from the gaps, clearing from fluids in the body, the ventricle fluid in the body, clearing grief. And along with that clearing of grief, bringing in this beautiful, sweet, joyful acceptance of the diversity of creation, and a big download coming in to understand that always the universe and creation are reflecting one's own self. So even when something appears to be lost, it's never really, really lost. What is the part of oneself that gave rise to that reflection is never lost. And even when the physical material object is lost, or some nice friendship or some relationship is lost, the source of the relationship is not lost. It remains. It remains, going into those fields of the sacred gardens of the heart and nourishing them with that same sort of buoyant, blissful, innocent light, that warm sunlight that comes in at this time, is coming in this particular healing session to warm the heart, to warm the relationship, to warm up every sweet drop of love that flows between you and those that feel as if they're too far away, to give your love. And healing all that grief and all that loss. It brings, every drop of love and every wave of warmth brings a resolution to the feeling of wanting to express, because ultimately everything in creation is that expression. May you always find your world and your environment sensitive and receptive to the sweetness in your heart, and may it always be able to find some way of penetrating through those boundaries of sadness and grief to show you how precious you truly are. Thank you for being with me for this healing.